Okay, what we're going to do is, in this video, is we're going to download Mach3. We're on the Alfahobbies main page. We got to go over our software page. And we'll see various things about software, but there's a link here. Go into the download page for Mach3. And we want to go down the page, and we want to find the lockdown version of Mach3. And we'll click on that. And we're going to save this file. Let it download. When it's finished downloading, we'll run this by clicking it. Now, just before this runs, I'm going to close my window here, so we don't want to run other programs. You know, it'll ask if you want to not run other programs. So I closed my Firefox browser, and now we have it. See, it says I strongly recommend you close other programs. So I've done that. Click next. Read all your terms if you like, and we agree. And the folder that you'd like it to put into, it's fine. Now select what features you want to install. Pretty much this is everything I want to install. I don't need anything special, so that's where I'm going to leave it. And it says create a custom mill profile. At this time, I don't need to do that, or a turn profile. I have all this stuff saved, and I'll show you how to get that after we get this up and running. Next, and then you should be fine. We're installing. Install the parallel port driver. Next. No driver since installed. Run driver test. And the reason for that is because this is a laptop computer. It doesn't have a parallel port. But you would go through the screens for installing your parallel port drivers. And that's all that really is. Now I have the Mach3 loader here. If I click this, I show Alpha Mill here. Now that's because I already installed that. I'll delete this profile just so you can see how it's done. And now I just have, these are the basic profiles that come with Mach3. Mach3 Mill, and these are where you start out from, say, ground zero when it first loads. So I'm not going to start Mach3 right now. I'll show you how to get into your other software. So I'm going to go back in to Firefox and go into Alfahobbies, and I'll show you how to download here. I'm going to download our profile. This is for to make that Alpha Mill profile, so you don't have to set up a lot of stuff. So we'll save the file. We have it here. And click this. We have the Alpha Mill profile. What I'll do is I'll minimize my screen here. I'll grab it and move it to my desktop. That way I can see it on my desktop. Close all these out. I got so many things on my desktop I have to look around a little bit to see it. Here it is over here. But what we're going to do is put this, go into our device jars. You can actually, on Windows 7, you can click your folder here and go in and find Mach3. And it's just on the C drive. It makes a folder here. We go here, and this main folder, once you click, let me go back. When you click, this is your C drive. When you click Mach3, now you're in the Mach3 folder. Now, I know it already has Alfahobbies in here. Not Alfahobbies, the Alpha Mill settings. Move this off the side. But you would take this folder and drag it in. And there you have the settings for the Alpha Mill. Actually, I didn't have it because I deleted it before. But anyway, we got the Alpha Mill settings put in here. And this is the same way you would load your license. When you get a license from Mach3, if you pay the money to get the license for the full version, you would also just go to the C drive and click on Mach3, and then you just drop your license in here. It'll be a little folder, and I don't know if I have that in here at this point on this one. I think it's Mach3 license. Yeah, here it is. Right here is the license. I've already moved that, but you just download the license. The license gets emailed to you, and you just drop it in this same section here, and your software will be licensed, and it will operate up to 10 million lines of G-code instead of the, I believe 500 lines it is. So now we're all set here. Now you can go to Mach3 Loader, and you'll see the Alpha Mill's back. I had deleted that profile before just to show you how you can put it in. So we definitely want to click on the Alpha Mill folder. You click on Plasma, these various ones, but the Alpha Mill folder is the one you want. Open up Mach3, and now Mach3 is up and running, and it should have all the settings to run the Alpha Mill. When you click Reset here, that resets it, the machine. And this should be pretty well ready. There's a configure folder up here. And if you dig around in here, you see motor outputs. And these boxes are checked. The proper step and direction settings, maybe a little beyond what you might know about. But all these, the 3 axes are enabled with the check marks, X, Y, and Z. And the direction of the motion is checked. If you check it one, these are different things you have to check off. And this kind of activates the ports by having the ports having a 1 in them. I mean, it's a lot of various things in here, and it may look kind of confusing to some people if you've never seen this kind of thing before. Let me move around here. There's also e-stop. You see it's enabled for the Alpha Mill. So that'll allow you to have a little red button or whatever kind of switch you decide. But the red button that's normally used for e-stops is a good thing to have on your control box, or possibly another one on your machine. And that's enabled. And all this stuff has been pre-configured with that Alpha Mill file. There's not too many other things here on these screens we have to worry about. But, I mean, there's nothing really to worry about because it's all been set up. Reset. Click that again just so it won't be annoyingly blinking. There's one other thing you want to check out. The backlash. Click on that. Now, for my machine, the backlash is set. And from experience I had fooling around with a lot of machines, you'll probably end up with around 1/1000th of an inch backlash or so in your machine. And right now it's set for backlash on. The backlash isn't enabled here, but checking this box here, it enables the backlash compensation. So what this does is it compensates automatically for any sloppiness or loss of motion in any of the parts of your machine. So if your lead screw is moving your machine and your machine's not moving, this backlash compensation should be adjusted to how many thousandths of an inch or tenths of thousandths of an inch. And I'll have another video on how to go about adjusting it and putting numbers in here. But this would be particular to your machine. So if you want to, you could leave it off until you check your backlash, and then turn it on and put numbers in here that relate to how much backlash you have. Now the backlash speed, percent of maximum speed, this kind of controls how well your machine will move. Like when you go around, when the machine cuts a circular pattern, if this is set at, say, the defaults that Mach3 usually comes through with, I actually forget what they are right now. Honestly, I really couldn't tell you what they are, but I know the machine will kind of stop every time it comes to one end of a circle. It'll come around one side and kind of stop momentarily and do a backlash compensation. Come around a circle and stop. It'll stop at all four corners every time it meets a place where it would change direction. Say, like if it moved full distance in your y-axis, then it would want to do a backlash compensation. And with 50% here of max, I find that it's really smooth going around the circle. Cuts down on the stopping and stalling. So, I mean, that's only when backlash is enabled that it does that. And you have to be aware of that. If you're having a problem, this number may need to be set to like 50% or so, like I am. So anyway, I leave it on for my machine. And restart program to save these settings is another feature. You'll have to remember to restart your program so the settings are fully active. And there is a save settings also at the bottom of this configuration file. You go down the bottom and you click Save Settings. And then I'll save all the changes you may have made if you find you're making various changes in all these different features here. Now, I could get into a lot of other things. There's a lot of stuff in here. But honestly, you really don't need a lot of this for what you're doing. That file that I gave you will take care of most everything, and you should be pretty much ready to run, except for adjusting your backlash. So that's about it until we get to another video showing you how to do some other things.